let's take a look at this. You know that there is a very interesting trend that is going on. It's called layoffs. How many of you are aware that there's a ton? And it's been going on for about 18 months. And there's more, and it's happening constantly. And you've got big employers like, what's the yellow tractor?
John Deere.
Thank you. Say it again for me.
John Deere.
That's it. John Deere. All I know is they cost a lot of money. And I guess they're worth it because they run forever. Yeah. So you've got John Deere that just recently said, gotta lay off a bunch of people. You've got so many companies that are already announcing, we're gonna be laying people off. This is how it is. Walgreens just announced that, I don't know if you know, Walgreens is actually based, right, they're in the Chicagoland area. And they just said they're closing 1,200 stores over the next year. 1,200. Did you hear that tidbit?
That was 1,500.
1,500, that's even worse. And they only have 8,100 stores, I think it is, or something like that.
I don't know about that one, but I saw the number of stores that was shocking.
That's crazy. And this is going on all over the place. So there's a price to be paid. And I think we haven't quite yet paid it, but the bill's coming due. So here's what happened. In downtown areas like a lot of big cities where you guys live, okay? Houston, Boston, Chicago, New York. So many of these places, guess what? A minimum of 10 to 15% of their downtown buildings are empty. A minimum. Because there's no one there to work in them. Now, you know what happens? This used to be called the blue chip stock. If you had stock or if you had real estate in big, huge, that was blue chip. That's big stuff. You were guaranteed it was going to create generational wealth. You could pass it down, right? It's going down because people aren't in those buildings to work. So as a result, these foreclosures have increased dramatically. So a lot of downtown areas they're becoming what? Ghost towns. Have you seen this? Chicago, you would go downtown at any time of the night and there's always people. I remember my dad and I driving around and he said, where are all these people going to? It's midnight. Where are they all going to? They're walking down the street. But you see it less and less and less. Now there's some other factors that contributed to that I don't want to get into, but there were quite a few other factors. But here's the problem, is that we are seeing, like we just said, okay? If you tell people they can stay home, those buildings don't get occupied, and no one sees the value in paying for a building that's what? That's empty. Because those people that are in the building are actually paying the mortgage, aren't they? They got to rent out those spaces. And that rent money pays the mortgage. So if you don't have the rent money, if people don't want to rent, and then what happens? The shops close up. Why? Because who's buying the stuff in the shops in the downtown areas? The people who work there on their lunch break, before work, after work, they're dining. Restaurants are closing left and right. Okay, we just said it. The whole thing about working from home, you can have a much cheaper lunch compared going out to eat with eating at home. There are some places where you don't save.